Hello. I don't know if, sorry, I have pretzels here. I got really nauseous all of a sudden. So hold on, let's make sure this is actually on actual YouTube because StreamYard takes forever. Okay, good, it's on. All right, there we go. Hello, how is everybody today? Sorry I had to push it back. I was watching, oh gosh, now my phone's going crazy. I was actually watching Jenna's stuff, and I got way too into it. And okay, I'm just making sure my kid's over at someone else's house that I don't really like, so I'm just making sure I'm not getting any texts from him. Okay. Oh my god, I have a fan on. It's so hot today. It's like crazy hot today. It's unimpressively hot today. And I feel really nauseous. So I have pretzels and I can't find any Zofran. But anyway, let me say hi to everybody. And I apologize that I had to push everything back. So hello, Turtle Dove. Hello, I love Ulta. Hey, Little Devil, we got to figure out like how to get you because we couldn't. I don't think you were really in the right place yesterday. So we'll have to figure that out. Hello, Pixie. Hello, Amy. I heard some people talking about you today, Amy. Hey, Mr. Pork. And actually, it's kind of funny that I heard you getting talked about because it's kind of like what we're going to talk about. But, sorry. They sprayed the vineyard last night. So it's like, I hate it because it means there's dust everywhere. And I don't know, like most of you probably don't live next to vineyards. But they have to spray them every so often. And they spray them with chemicals that aren't very good. So you end up with like a layer of like dust all over all your crap, first of all, which sucks. And then it just smells. And then it's just like, if you have any sort of allergy, you're fucked. Oh, I just heard, well, you know who we're talking about. And I think it was related to Heidi talking about you, saying you were drunk or something when you weren't. I don't know. I think it was related to that. But yeah, you got a headache and gave up. Yeah. Well, I think you're in the wrong place. So I think I'm going to do, so so my memberships are all at Patreon now. And Patreon, once you figure it out, it's actually wonderful. But it has a high learning curve. So I'm going to do another. I've done like 3 videos, like walkthroughs, but I'm going to do another one. Hello, Ryan Bremer. So anyway, yeah, I think it was related to Heidi because they were saying like why, the Heidi situation happened and whatever. But anyway, I was listening to it because I'm tired of continually hearing this montage of why is our side treated differently than their side? And first of all, whoever picked sides, like, are you 5? Like, I don't know. Like, the fact that there are things being called sides, that we have sides as people, is like ridiculous in the first place. Like, so that's just number one. The fact that we've been called a side and there's like our side and their side, it's like, okay, are we 5? But and then it's always like, well, why is our side treated differently than their side? And, they can talk shit about us, but we can't talk shit about them. And, it's just the same thing over and over again. And so last night I was listening and I think Lady Boom was on something. I was like, I'll have what she's having. Because, man, like, she's like very quiet voiced, but like was just like, I think had a little something, but was just like off the charts, off the walls, man. And just like said, I hate all of those guys. And actually, like, I think Purple had to be like, I think she said she wanted to like kill all of us or something like that. And Purple was like, you can't say that. I mean, it was like crazy. It was like a slow person and a drunk walked onto a panel and like crazy things happened. And and it was the same thing. Okay, my husband's leaving now to get my son. So then they're just, then it's like the same thing again being talked about. Like, why? Yeah, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. You saw it? Yeah, it was like I don't know. I honestly think like someone had something. Like he always says like I'm on something. Like, oh, you can't see my eyes are like not open enough. Well, it's like if y'all had your cameras on, I don't know what you guys would look like, but I don't think I'm like any drunk one here at all ever. Like, I mean, my God. So anyway, so yeah, so it was boring. It was boring. No, I think it's still on there. But I mean, it was boring. I mean, I was only listening because I was trying to get content for a skit that I'm doing. And then I ended up like just listening, just hearing over and over again. And so I feel like, you know who I feel like right now? I feel like Buddy with his fan on. You know how Buddy always has his fan playing when he's doing his music? I feel like I'm like an 80s rock star. Like I'm like Bon Jovi with my fan going. But it's because I'm really hot. Because I'm really hot. And I'm hot. And I'm overheated. But anyway, so Lady Boom comes on and is like off the walls, like, you know, of course it's the question. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix the fact that my hair is all blown over. And it's all like, I don't know why, I get treated differently, and that side, and I guess the jerks had said something about her, and she's like, why can they say stuff and I can't? And it's the same thing that you hear all the time. Hey, little Texas tornado. I mean, I feel boring just saying it, but it's the same thing that we always hear. Why does their side get to say stuff? And then if we say something, then we get in trouble, and we're not allowed to say stuff, but they are. And then we're the assholes and they're not, and blah, 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 blah. Hello, Mia Grace. And yeah, and Lady Boom was off the charts and was like, at one point said like, I want to kill all of them, their whole side. And people can't say that. And then so said, well, I just hate them. And it's like, so I decided to do this live to be like, okay, do you want to know why? Well, what are you eating for dinner, little Texas tornado? And I love how you eat supper, because in the South, they have supper and dinner. I learned that when I was engaged to a Southern gentleman. That made it sound like I'm like a hooker or something. No, he was just like a Southern, like an old school Southern guy. Anyway. And so I decided to be like, okay, you want to know why you get treated differently? Because you do. You do. Like, if I say something, like, like I won't get in as much trouble as when you say something about me. But the reason is you're the shit starter. Like, that's the whole, like, it's, and I don't understand why this is not an understandable thing for them. Like, they just cannot understand this. And I don't understand why. Like, if you are the person, like when we were all in elementary school, and you would hear someone be like, there's going to be a fight at noon. Chicken spaghetti. That sounds yummy. Ooh, that sounds yummy, actually. That makes me hungry. See, I'm nauseous. I feel nauseous right now. I don't feel good right now. Yeah, if you're in Texas, you have supper and dinner. And I forget which one's first. Which one's first, supper or dinner? But one's like more like the afternoon one, and the other one like is a bigger meal at night. And I forget which one is which. But like when you were in elementary school, and there would be like the bully who was like telling everybody like, I'm gonna fight this person at noon, and da 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 da. And so there's like the bully who's like, I'm gonna fight this person, I'm gonna fight this person, I'm gonna fight this person, and then they get on the playground. Dinner is first and supper. Okay, good. I got it. D before S. That's the way to remember it. So then noon comes and the two of them fight, and both of them are hitting each other, and sometimes, the littler person beats the shit out of the bully, and then, it ends. Now, who gets talked about as like the asshole? Both people fought, both people hit each other, but who is the asshole? It's the bully, the person who starts it. The person, you don't say supper? Well, actually, I hope you don't say super, because that says super, not supper. Are you drunk again, Amy? Because you said super, not supper. I'm just kidding. See, that's the thing. Like, if I would start saying that, I'm the asshole, because I would be just starting out of and it's out of the blue, too. That's the other thing. Like, when things are said, it's like out of the, you call dinner tea. Why would you call dinner tea? Tea is a drink. Now, that is weird. I just call dinner. I just call it food. I just say, I'm going to eat some food. I'm going to mow down some food in my belly. That's what I say. But that's the thing. Okay, when you're the person who starts shit, you're the asshole and you're going to get treated differently. You can't out of nowhere say, oh, G's husband kicked her out of her house and she now lives in her garage, and say, this is my garage, and make fun of it. And then I respond and then think that I'm going to be the asshole for it. You can't. You just can't. I know you meant. Trust me. I sound like I'm just like the dumbest person when I talk, because I use talk to text all the time. So I sound like I'm just dumb half the time. But you're from Cornwall. You have tea at night. Well, alrighty then. But somebody knows, that's so weird, tea. But the asshole is the person who starts it. So, when you are the one who starts it, and then the other person returns the favor, then people aren't going to treat the person who is just responding as if they're the biggest asshole. So that's number one that they got to get through their skulls. And it's like, it's never anything new either. Like, it's always the same shit. It's like she has a Rolodex of like creators that she can talk about and old lives. And so she's like, okay, what am I going to do tonight? Okay, so I need someone. So then she like picks someone. Like, okay, tonight's going to be Tabby. And then she goes through the Rolodex and picks something out that she talked about Tabby. And then, and so then the live will be like, so, I didn't really get to finish what I was talking about the last time I talked about Tabby. So I'm going to talk about this. And then does like, then that's the live. Now she's got a whole live talking shit about Tabby. Hey, KK. So, or she'll be like KK, so, and that's what happens if like she has nothing to talk about. She just picks some old something, and then, that's going to, so, and then if, Tabby's content and then Tabby responds, then of course Tabby's not going to be looked at as the asshole because Tabby didn't start it. See how that works? And I don't understand why they can't get this. She's always like she hates me because like I can say whatever I want and I never get yelled at for it and blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't start shit. I don't just out of nowhere, like just start talking smack and body shaming. Like, imagine if I did that. Like, imagine if I just out of nowhere started like look and body shaming Purple. Like I just started being like, did you see her the other day? Her ass was so freaking fat. I think she ate the whole Thanksgiving turkey by herself over the weekend, and it's the middle of summer. Like, imagine if my whole life was just out of nowhere or making stuff up. That's the other good thing. Just making shit up, which is kind of why I was listening and kind of why, because I'm going to make this live. But so now we've found out that Heidi's out because Heidi's a liar. Did you not realize this before? So are you going to like apologize to everyone she lied about? I was like one of the main ones. Like, hello, you just realized that she lied pretty much about everything all the time ever. So are you going to apologize to all the people that she lied about? I mean, hey, Lindsay. I mean, just like 2 weeks ago, you don't need to just say, hey, everyone, and that's your tag. I mean, just like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, she said like she was suing me. And my lawyers would be contacting her because I answered a question that Robin posted, asked me about Lori. And she's like, oh, yeah, I can't believe you said that. My lawyers will be contacting you. And she went all off on and, made it sound like I was this big asshole. Okay, well, we all know she's a liar, and we all know she lied about that. So am I going to get my apology? When do I get my time to confront her? Because apparently there was this big, like, live where everyone got to confront her. When's my time to confront? Huh? And that's the other reason why you get to, because it's true. I mean, it is true that, that side, if you want to call it a side, does get treated a little differently. They get treated like they're assholes, but it's because they act like they're assholes. It's because they just start shit for no reason like assholes. It's because they look and body shame and make fun of people like assholes. Oh, she lied about Carol, pure straight up. Oh, what'd she say about Carol? Oh, and I bet you $1 million Heidi screen recorded it's just. Oh, of course, of course. I mean, if there's any situation where it's like, was Heidi the liar or was someone else? I mean, you can just say it's Heidi like 100% of the time. And I mean, you know, like I've said this, like, you know, I'm really tired of her copying me, but she was copying me on my Me Too one-upper thing. Like Heidi was always the Me Too one-upper. Like I cut my foot, I cut my leg off. You know, I have a headache. Oh, my head, I don't even have a head. My head's been cut off. Well, hold on. Just making sure my kid's okay. You know, it's like, we all know this. You just figured this out. So I let her get away with all this stuff because she was my friend. So you knew all this stuff and you just sat there mildly by it. And that's another reason you get to be called the asshole and you get treated differently. Because you know people are lying about people and you're sitting there just like co-signing it. You know, it's like in the murder, you can be like a, what do you call it? When you're the... You know it's happening. Well, it starts with an A. You're the person who like co-signs the bullshit. What do you call it? You're not the killer, but you were standing there when the person was killed. So you were the... Starts with an A. Can't remember the word. I can't remember. Oh, when she went to the hospital and gave... Oh. God. I don't think I ever heard when she went to the hospital and gave out a... I don't remember that. I know. Well, but I don't want... I honestly... the first time I started watching was when I started getting talked about like a month ago. And then started like making skits about her. That's the first time I started watching since I came back after my 7 months. So I don't really know a lot. But what's the word of it? You're the... Fuck, this is gonna bug me. I can't remember the word. When like you're accomplice. No, that's not. But you are an accomplice. But somebody will think of it, or I'll think of it. But like when you don't do the crime, but you are there, or if you know someone's lying and you don't stand up, you're the and there's a word for it, and it starts with an A, and you can get in trouble just as bad. Like you didn't. I'll think of it. Heidi's been lying for years. She actually changed the dynamics of someone's channel for the app. Oh, totally. I mean, everyone's saying how, you know, right now she was trying to get Buckeye out. Well, before that, she was trying to get Harper out. She's always been trying to get someone out. I mean, when I was friends with a certain person, they gave me like all of the texts between the three of them. So I have all the text. Oh, hair been stuck in my teeth. I have all the text between P, H, and H. All of them. And so sometimes it's H talking about P. Sometimes it's P talking about, I mean, it's crazy. Like they all act like they're friends. They all talk accomplice. No, but I don't think it's that. I think it's something else. Like it's called something when you get in trouble for it. Like, it's like when you go in front of the judge and they say, you're now, and there's a word, I can't remember. But Heidi and Harper and all the Discord set upon me like a pack of dogs. They actually hurt my mental health at the time. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, and I actually was, I screenshotted the Discord once, and there was someone who went into the Discord and was like, saw her talking shit about me and was like, I saw you talking shit about Queen OG. I've always liked Queen OG. Like, what's wrong with her? And Heidi was like, oh no, she's totally changed. She's drama now. She doesn't even do comedy. And I was all screenshotted. And she totally changed this person's opinion of me. No, not maybe co-conspirator. Maybe. Maybe. But this person started out like, hey, I haven't been to YouTube for a while. And I used to watch Queen OG and I thought she was really cool. So what do you mean she's not? And Heidi totally changed her opinion of me. And at the end, she was like, wow, I had no idea she was such a bitch. I guess I won't watch her anymore. And it's like, really? Like, really? Like that, like that's what a bitch that she was, you know? And she tried to get Buckeye out and lied about that. And I, you know, and before that, it was, she tried to get Harper out. I mean, and before that, you know, I forget who it was, but it's always been someone. But I mean, you know, that just goes back. That's just an example of why one side is treated differently than the other, because one side is just here on the back. I mean, if you didn't see, it's one of those. I can't remember. It'll just come to me out of nowhere, and I'll like yell it out like I have Tourette's. I'll be like, ah, and that'll be what it is. But it just goes to the example. Like if any of you saw Pooh's video where Pooh had like the Discord, one, it was kind of creepy because half of the things were like sex memes. It made me feel dirty and like I needed a shower after I watched it. But Pooh has this receipt that he just screenshotted the Discord, like, and it's like 20 minutes just went through scrolling, and half of the things in there are like people just putting in memes that are like sex related stuff. It's gross. It's a lot of dicks and a lot of, it's nasty. It made me feel dirty. It was like soft porn memes, basically. It's gross. Like go to Pooh's and go find it, and it's gross. But it's like, you know, that's just an example. And most of the memes are like them trying to like make fun of other people, you know? But yeah, so they get, yeah, she totally gaslit me to this person. So this person, at the end of the conversation, the person thought I was the worst person in the world and had been convinced that I no longer like was on here doing my comedy stuff, but I was on here just being like a drama bitch and going after people, you know? And Heidi was like the main person who took care of the channel, you know? So it's like, that was your, and you let her get away with that because she's your best friend. And what do best friends do? They do the same thing. Like, it's like you do that too. You just make shit up and lie. And you just out of the blue talk about people, you know, and you out of the blue lie. And so, yeah, you're going to get treated different. And you do it so you get a response. And then the response is now you can say, oh, this person talked about me. And then you really get content because now you can say someone said something about you. And that's why you get treated differently when you then go after that person. Because there's you making up bullshit and lies. And then there's the other person just responding quite nicely. And then there's you like being an even ruder ass bitch going after them for responding. So yeah, you're going to get treated like a piece of classless, vile shit because you're number one and number three. And the other person's just number two. I mean, I don't know. That makes perfect sense to me. I don't know why they can't figure this out. I didn't see your comment right away. I was away from the phone. Oh, I would never make up shit in life. Yeah. I mean, it's like, so, you know, I don't, and like I've said this in so many lives because, you know, like, you know, when I'm the center of the little like lie, you know, and then it's like, I don't know why Queen OG gets to say stuff and, you know, she just thinks she's better than everyone and she can say stuff. And when she says stuff, nobody says anything to her about it. But if I say anything, I'm the asshole. Why? Well, this is why, because you started, just like you saying. I mean, and that's kind of rude. You know, I would have a lot more subs if I like was just a total drama liar. I would, you know, I could do that too, you know. But I wouldn't do that because that's not, those aren't real, like, those aren't real people. They're just like there for, you know what I mean? Like, that's not creating good content, you know? Like, there's a difference between making like a skit about being talked about than just out of the blue rolling out of bed and lying and saying some bullshit. I mean, there is. One takes time and effort, and the other, it just takes no time, especially when you're nodded out for half of it. I received a I'm going to sneeze right now. I'm going to sneeze. I think I'm gonna sneeze. I'm having really bad allergies today, if you can't tell. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my God. Lindsay, are you okay? Yeah, I've always, it's really funny. Like, if you look at who, I have a lot of her subs right now. Like, a lot of people have, like, transferred here because they've seen the bullshit. And part of it is because, like, before I used to just ignore what she would say about me. And now I actually, like, respond. And so people are actually figuring it out, and now hey, Jenna. And now they've figured it out about Heidi. So, it's like slowly but surely everyone's starting to figure out the truth of everything. And she totally is pissed off at Jenna because she's like, how come she gets to apologize and just now people are nice to her? Because she apologized. And she's working hard to, like, do better. And you don't do any of that. You're still just being a vile bitch. I mean, hello. She did change her name. Yeah, Lynn had a problem with her little puppy, so everybody give her puppy prayers. But it's like, I don't understand why you don't get this, and like today, like part of her live today, or one of them, like, I don't know. They all run together. She makes like 3 a day. I don't know. But one of them just like, it's like, it's out of the blue. It's like, this is not content. There are channel holders and content creators, and she's a channel holder. Like, just you out of the blue, just starts talking about, I don't know why Jen is still friends with her friends, because her friends said this about her in the past and they said they're sorry, and she's just like, okay, and now they're friends again. And that's her content. That's not content. I mean, that's why we say you don't have real content. Like, that's not content. That's you just talking about other people and in a bad way and just trying to make shit up and throwing some lies in there and trying to start fights between people and just mouthing off. That's not content. That's just being a bitch. That's not content. That's being a bitch. And that was literally like, I mean, I can't imagine coming on here and being like, I don't know, I have to think about who I'm going to talk about. I can't believe that Pixie is friends with Turtle Dove because Turtle Dove was in a Discord and she said, and I screenshotted it, but I'm not going to show it, because I'm just not, she said that Pixie was a cunt. And so I don't know why they're friends. And, and I just went off for like 2 hours about talking about Pixie and Turtle Dove and like all this shit. And like making it all up too. Like, it's all lies. Like, I've made it all up, I've created a narrative about 2 people and I just like make it up and bleh. And then Turtle Dove and Pixie respond and are like, what are you talking about? Like, that's not true. None of that happened. Please, like, be cool. Shut up. And then I was like, whoa, can you believe they said that to me? And then act like I really have content now. Like, that's exactly what happens. And so do they know the sex of the baby? I hate when people don't figure out the sex of the baby. I hate when people don't find it out. I don't know why, but it bugs me. You're leaving. Sorry, I had to drink that. That was really tasty. But it's true. It is exactly how it happened. And I saw Dictum's little comment on Pooh put up a video of like the Ganon thing. Remember the Ganon thing? Jenna, you were part of the Ganon thing. But here's how that happened. That was a total gaslight. I think, so in my live, Deal You Woo Poo, I was talking about how Purple was talking about me. Because she was saying I was pretending I was other people because I had them in my bookmarks bar. Like, I would, like, if people had talked shit about me, I would bookmark them. And so in my bookmarks bar, it had like people's names. So she said that was proof that I was actually like cloning those people or some crap like that, something like that. So I was talking about how, like, I was responding to her talking shit about me. And Delia Whoopoo said, I don't think she likes Ganon either. And she was talking to someone else in my live about, you know, I know, but it's not just her. It's not just her. It's the whole group. It's the whole group that does this. It's like a whole group of like dumb lemmings who like can't figure this out. And like, it's like, so here's your live. So hopefully all of you lemmings can figure this out and just stop talking about it. Like, you know, just like, here you go. Here's your answer. You know, you want to know, like, I'm tired of hearing, like, why are we treated differently? Why is our side treated differently? Well, here's why. You are right. You are treated differently. And here's the answer why. And now you don't have to question it anymore. You can just move on with your lives. Right? I'm going to answer it and you can move on. But so I saw that and I was like, you know, I'm trying to like read content, you know, and so I think Ganon is another creator because I'm talking about, you know, she doesn't like me. I see she doesn't like Ganon. So I say, who the fuck is Ganon? I don't even know who the fuck that is. Now, Jenna actually had, because this is when Jenna didn't like me, which was because Jenna was told something by some other people. So she wouldn't like me. So that's a whole nother example of how people get content. They like lie, like, and basically hand someone some lies to gaslight so that person doesn't like them. So basically Jenna got gaslit into hating me. So she played my live, you know, for another purpose. And so you watch, and she got twice as many views. Hey, Heather. She got twice as many views on her video responding or reviewing my video than my video. Jenna. Like literally. Like my video got like, let's say 500 views. And then she reviews my video, talks smack about me, and gets like 1,000 views. I'm like, God damn it. Like, see, that's why people do. It's fine. It's totally fine. I don't care. Like, that's the thing. I hope you know, like, I don't care. Like, I really don't care. But like, these are just like this, you know, that was the past and now is now. And so whatever. But that's what happened. I think it's hilarious. I remember like looking and I'm like, you know, maybe I should just talk shit about people because she got twice as many views, man, as me on my own video. But anyway, I recorded it because you see where I say, who the fuck is Ganon? And nobody gets uppity. Nobody even notices. Nobody says a word. Heidi, I think, says I'm a bitch and looking body shames me at that moment. And Purple like threatens me because, you know, I was like talking about it in my live, but like nobody had any up to do about the fact that I said, who the fuck is Ganon? Like nobody even noticed that I had said that, except for Glass House, who you see, and I have it on video, and I actually have it all put together because I did bring this to an attorney, but that's a whole nother story. But so she says something about me saying, she's like, I think she said something like, isn't OG true crime or something like that? Like she's like asking for a friend, you know, one of those, asking for a friend. So you see her ask some questions about me related to like true crime and stuff like that. And then she leaves. And that was that. And then she comes back with a video dissing me for not knowing who Ganon is. Like, you know, and she has this whole video that's like, you know, Queen OG is true crime. And so why doesn't she know who this is? You know, do better. Something like that, you know. And then that gave Purple the like evidence to go after me to say how much of a vile person I was for talking about a victim, a dead little boy, by saying fuck Ganon. She made it sound like I like did this whole horrible thing. But I mean, it's like, hey, Jackie Jude. I mean, yeah, why would I know who? I mean, I should show you the video. I should just play you the video because I made a video of the whole thing. But hey, I haven't seen you in forever. Jackie, we got to reconnect, man. Girl. But I mean, and it was like, and in the actually, let me just show it to you because it's only a few minutes long. But it's like it shows the whole thing. And this is what they do. And today in Pooh's, like Dictum put a question under Pooh's little thing and was like, I don't remember any of this. I don't know how I'm part of this. Well, Glass House, if you're watching, it's going to show exactly how you were one of the main people who did this, who created this whole thing. But anyway, you have been laying low. But the net effect of this was that I got outed as this horrible, like, child victim hater, horrible person. And like, I got trashed, lost like 50 subs. I mean, like, everyone believed it. I mean, it was really, really bad. It was really, really bad. It was really bad. So here, let me find it. But it was, thank you. But it was horrible. And it was basically, I think actually, you know what? It actually started with Heidi, to be honest. It started with Heidi because Queen Bee had said, gosh, isn't this so confusing? See, this is why people believe this shit, because it's so fucking confusing that you're like, how can it not be true? Because it's like, I'm so confused just saying it. It's like, oh my God, like, what are you even talking about, girl? Like, put the meth pipe down, you know? Like, it's just too much. But it's like, it's true. And hopefully maybe this video will help, but let me try and find it. But actually, it was Heidi who started it, because I guess Queen Bee said that she wanted to get back into true crime. And the jerks said that. And Heidi then went and said, I wanted to get into true crime, and said something. I think she put me down for saying something, because if I really wanted to get back into true crime, then I'm an idiot because I had said something. So, hey, Just Done. So that's how it started. Heidi saying I was like an asshole for saying something while wanting to get back into true crime, when it was Queen Bee that wanted to get back into true crime, not Queen OG. So Heidi started it by lying and saying Queen OG wanted to get back into true crime when it was Queen Bee. And then Jenna ran the video, which Dictum then made a video of lying. So Dictum was the second liar. And then Dictum gave the video to Purple as ammunition to be the third liar and to make several lives saying I was like this horrible person. So 3 people completely lying to just try and take me down. So that was, yeah, it was Heidi's first lie, Dictum second lie, Purple third lie. And I'll try and find it, because I mean, actually, let me look for it on my channel. But I mean, this is how they do it. So, and it was total made up content. Like, that was total made up content, right? You know how I back to it. Oh, wait. Oh, I just silenced myself. There you go. But that's how they get content. So then that's how all 3 of them got content. Well, Heidi doesn't have her channel, so she doesn't really get content. But that's how Dictum got content, by making, like, because she made several videos about this. You know, me being this asshole who wanting to be in true crime, but like, you know, not knowing something or something, you know. So she got content there. So Dictum got a bunch of content, and then Purple got a bunch of content, all lying about me, all lying. And it was a big lie. It was a big lie. It made me sound like a big asshole, and it really did, like, you know, hurt my sub count and stuff, because it was like, I mean, and the funniest thing is, and she's done this with every live that I've put out. Like, I had like the one live where the first one about the garage, and she talked about me, but she never played the video. Like, she made it sound so bad, but never, you know. And then she talks about these receipts, but she never has any. Like today she said, if there's no receipts, then it's not true. Okay, so you've never shown any receipts that I've had plastic surgery. So it is not true, so stop saying it. I mean, it really isn't true. But unless you show a receipt that I've had 100 facelifts, please stop saying I've had 100 facelifts. Like that is the thing. Like you can't be a hypocrite. That's the other thing. Like you lie, you make stuff up, you're the instigator, and then you're a hypocrite. That's another reason why you're treated differently. See, these are all the reasons. So yeah, like I wish I had a whiteboard. I could write it all down for you why your side gets treated differently. The other reason is you're a hypocrite. You say, like, if there's no receipt, it's not true. But yet, where's the receipt that I've had plastic surgery? Where's the receipt? You know, all these things she says about me. Like, she said so many lies about me. Like, so many. Like, where's the receipts? No receipts? They're not true. So, but are you going to shut up about it? No. You know, she keeps saying, even though I keep saying it's not true, you know, the only reason I don't like her is because she called me a Barbie. I could play you 1,000 times that I said I love being a Barbie. That's not why we have problems. But she keeps saying it. So there you go. No receipt. Stop saying that too. I mean, it's like, this is why your side gets treated differently, because you're a bunch of ass nuggets. You want 100 facelifts? Ew. Do you know what they do when you get a facelift? It's nasty. I mean, I don't think I could ever, honest to God, I could never get one. I mean, they make a cut here and they pull your face down, and then they cut like a little bit off and then pull it back up and sew it so then your skin is tighter. I mean, that's nasty. I don't think I could ever do that. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, like, there's plenty of other things you can do to, if you really don't, you know. Oh my God. That's just, no, I don't think I could ever do that. Okay, let me try and find this video, because I have this video I made that shows like the whole thing that I just said, but in an explainable thing, in an explainable way, in a way that actually makes sense and is not confusing as fuck. Thank God. I'll find it here in a second. But I had a members Patreon live yesterday, and it ended up just being like, well, Mr. Pork was there for a while, but it was just, yeah, and you end up looking like Kenny Rogers. Like, that's the thing. Or like Mickey Rourke or Madonna. I mean, and you can't like change that. Like, you can't, like, once you do that, you're done. Like, you're not going to fix that. Like, that's it. So if you fuck up your, like I've had, for some reason, for a while, I kept having these recurring dreams that I had gotten my whole body tattooed, like all over, like my whole, like a full body, like one of those. And it's like, and I was freaking out because I was like, you can't get all that taken away. Like, you can't fix that. Like, once you're 100% tattooed, like, you're really not gonna get it all of them lasered off. I mean, but it was like, it's that kind of thing. It's like, if you do that, you know, and you look like Kenny Rogers, there's nothing you can do to fix it. Like, so and I seriously, honestly had like, okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. This is it. I found it. Okay, found it. It's only 3 minutes long, and part of it I can fast forward through. All right. No, okay, so that's part of it. Hold on, I think I have another one. But yeah, those people look weird. So it's like, I don't think I could have plastic surgery, like on my face. Like, from the neck down, I'm fine with that. Like, I got my boobs done. That's the only thing I've done. And I'm fine with that. Like, that's fine. Like, you know, that's your body. Like, if your boobs get screwed up, just hide them with your shirt. But you can't hide your face. I mean, you can, but you'd be a weirdo. You know, it'd be like COVID, which that was horrible. All right, let me try it. I think I have a one with that has the full story. Where is it? Gosh darn it. So how is everybody doing today? Oh, Lynn, are you talking about everything that's going on? Oh, yeah. Your phone types Cindy. No clue why. Yeah, Madonna looks weird, but it's called, I think it's called the alien effect. And it's because now the new thing to do is get filler, you know, if you have any problems. And you get it in your cheeks. And it pulls everything up. Oh my God, now my nose is red. I look like I just snorted a bunch of tooth. But that's what you do. You get filler in your cheeks, and it pulls everything up, and it makes everything like tighter. Like, who else was it? The one who's the guy from The Dude? The dude's wife. You know, the dude, I forget whatever his name is in real life, whoever the actor's name is, his wife, she has gotten a lot of plastic surgery. And when you get too much filler, it fills out your face. So you have all these actresses who like look really chubby because they've got all this filler. So it's like filled out their face, and they look like they don't have any wrinkles, you know, like it's like a balloon. If you fill it like big enough, you know, you're not going to have any wrinkles in the balloon, but it's going to be a really big, round, chubby balloon. And that's like what Madonna's face is. And I think before she did the filler, she did a bunch of facelifts because her hairline, she's got a 5-finger forehead. Starts back here. It's crazy. So it just looks weird as shit. It's just crazy. Okay, so there's that one, but I think there's another one. Hold on. Oh no. Okay, here's one about. All right, that might be it. But it's just crazy. But this was back in the time when, for some reason, I was like getting it every which way but center. For some reason, I was like, if you don't have any content, just go lie about OG. I was like the favorite to lie about. Like, did you guys see the thing before the thing about the morals? You know, like that's another reason. Like, you don't understand what morals are. Like, you can't say I don't have the same. Then you live in another country, because morals are something that like an entire country believes in. Like, our morals are that you don't beat your wife. There are some countries where it's good to beat your wife daily. You know, there are some countries where they do the thing where they cut your hoochie-macooch. So, you know, you won't leave your husband because you have no pleasure down there, you know, and that's okay. You know, like that, those are morals, like the big tenets of values of a country, you know, like right and wrong and stealing and not stealing and murder. Like those are moral. They're not like little values. Like, you know, I'm for abortion, I'm against abortion. It's like, you know, bigger than that. And that's what she doesn't get. It's like, but that's another reason. Just don't get busy in hands. A Beatles cover band concert. Oh my God. No, it's a 10. It is really big. Maybe we'll find a picture of Madonna after this. But man, she's got like her forehead's back here, and she's got a grill. She's got a grill. I mean, this is my Madonna from the 80s. I'm like, why are you, Madonna? Stop! Like, you're like a virgin. Like, what are you doing? But she, you know, she's married to like a 20-year-old or something. And it's like, imagine that poor 20-year-old having to bang Madonna. I mean, her face she might not have any wrinkles, but Lynn, if I was a girl, what color would I paint my nails? I don't know. What color would you want to paint your nails? I have black, white, and blue. You could paint them whatever color you wanted. All right, maybe that was the video. I have so many. See, I'm gonna start putting out receipts. I'm gonna start putting goddamn receipts out. I have so many receipts on Heidi. Fucking A. I wonder if this is this. Hold on. Let It Be. Yeah. I like the Beatles. You know, I remember having a Beatles record, an actual record. I remember as a kid having records. Like, I had a whole stack of records. Don't say like a virgin. Oh yeah, she'll come yelling how tight that was nasty. Like, who talks about that kind of stuff? Like, who just willingly talks about, I heard about that. That was nasty. Is this it? I don't think this is it. Hold on. Okay, no, this isn't it. No, I think it was. I think it might be this first one that I found. But yeah, that's nasty. Every time you think of Gabby, why? Gabby Petito? Which song makes you think of Gabby Petito? If you're thinking of, see, this is what happens. This is what happens when you're a creator and you're trying to read like chat. You say things like, and you don't know what you're saying or what you're even referring to. And you might end up saying something like, who the fuck is Ganon? When, like, and oh, I made another little video that's kind of funny. I'll show you. Hold on. Let me just find this. Let me just concentrate here. God damn it. Try to put some brain power into concentrating on one thing at a time. If not, then you know what'll happen. See, where's Sweet Pea been? Oh, Let It Be. Oh, why do you think of Gabby for that one? Let It Be. Now I'm gonna have that on my mind. But I had a record. I had an actual record. And I had a Barry Manilow. Oh, she had a record. Oh, yeah, she did actually. You know, I had a Barry Manilow record. I had the Carpenters record. I'm sounding old right now, aren't I? How old am I saying these things? Yeah, maybe I should shut up. Talking, I'm really outing myself. I'm really outing myself with my age here, talking about freaking having records. I should just shut up now. All right, I think this might be it. Hold on. There's one other thing. Okay, so it might be this. Oh, is this it? God, and I looked like such crap that day too. So I hate it. I hate talking about this because I look like such crap. Because I hadn't slept in like 2 days at this point because it was when my cat was dying. So I was giving him palliative care. So I hadn't slept in like 2 days. So I remember like, and when Jenna played my video, she was like, you know, I don't know what she's on, but she's not her normal bubbly self. And it's like, no, I just hadn't slept in 2 days. But I do not look pleasant. So it could be this one, but I'm not sure. Gosh, there's so many of these videos I have of like lies. I just don't know what to do with them all. Okay, so the other one had to be it. Oh, there's my crazy house guest. Okay. Okay. All right. Then it's got to be. No, that's not it. Damn it. I still have a Tapestry album by Carole King. Oh my God. You know, I wish my mom would have kept my old stuff like that. Like, I really wish she would have kept that kind of stuff. Because one, it probably would be worth a bunch of money. But two, it just would be so nice to have that kind of stuff. I mean, who has that kind of stuff? I mean, I had some really cool stuff. But she moved at one point and got rid of like all my good stuff. Now where is it? Now I just lost it. But she got rid of all my stuff. It's like annoying. But I don't have anything from when I was young. I don't have pictures. I have like one picture album from like college. And I just showed this to my kids. But I have one picture of me at a bar, and they had those sumo suits. Have you ever been to a bar where they have those sumo suits where you get in them and then, like, you know, you sumo each other, and they've got these little hats on and you know, once you fall down, you're like a cockroach. You can't get back up on your own at all. So it's hilarious. And for some reason, my one son said, I'd love to go sumo wrestling. And I was like, you have to see this picture of me and from college doing the sumo wrestling. And he's like, what are you talking? And then I showed it to him and he just laughed his ass off. My kids think I'm just such a weirdo. They really do. I think it was over here. And I think it might have been a members only video. Actually, sorry. I think this is it. There's another one that I had. It's really funny if I could find it. I don't think. Okay. All right. Here we go. I think it's this one. All right. Okay. So here's how stupid. Okay. All right. All right. Hey, Queen, with the oh my God, my grandfather, he had, I wish I had this. He had this, it was like a piece of furniture, and it was like this huge thing, and it had like a record player, a little record spinner, and it had an 8-track. It had a little 8-track thing that you could put 8 tracks in there. It was awesome. I wish I had it. I wish I had it. Okay, so here we go. My mother-in-law still played her 8-track. Oh my God. Oh, wow. Oh, I wish I had an 8-track player. I just got my son. I have this whole piece of furniture with like CDs, like old CDs. And I just got him out a bunch of CDs because the music the kids listen to nowadays are like our music from like the 80s and 90s. So I got him out like Linkin Park and like, you know, Pearl Jam and stuff like that. Like he's totally into the Beastie Boys. He went to his first concert recently, and it's this band who their idols are the Beastie Boys, and I forget the name of them, but they're like that's kind of their inspiration is like the Beastie Boys. But anyway, okay, so let me show you this thing. So this is funny. This totally shows that like nobody cared what I had said when I said, who the fuck is Ganon, except for Glass House, who asked some questions and then went away and made a video about it so she could give it to Purple, so then Purple could just randomly go off on me and randomly make content about me, which she did. And it was just an asshole thing to do. Okay, so Opera Tab, which one is it? And it's like, this is why when then I respond and then you talk about me, you get labeled an asshole and I don't, because you start by making up lying content. Okay, so I'm going to mute myself and then share this. Okay, so hold on. I want to do can I do this one? I don't think so. Okay. All right, let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to play it. Let me do this, and then I'll play it. And then, okay, hold on. Pause. Okay, and I'm going to mute myself.
I haven't been on anyone's panel. I think maybe I haven't been on since Wednesday. Haven't been on anyone's panel. I think maybe I went in a couple of chats. I don't even, who the fuck is Ganon? Who the fuck is Ganon? I don't even know who the fuck Ganon is. I've been sub you for a long time, Thank you. I've seen you on here for a long time, Lita. So Lita, as someone who has been subbed to me for a long time, how often do I talk about Purple? How often do I start shit about Purple?
Every day you do.
You've been here for a long, long time.
Every day you do.
Anyone? Mueller? Purple? Crayon? Brain cell? Jesus fucking Christ.
That's what I said. I'm asking you, brain cell, because you're claiming everything that I said
woman
to be you.
Freaking 40. And this is the shit that you have to talk about. You wake up in the morning, and what do you have to
But,
talk about?
but my
Oh,
point here
PG
is not
stuff.
Jen. It's
I
just
don't
like, see, no
even-
one.
Who the fuck is Ganon? Who the fuck is Ganon? I don't even know who the fuck Ganon is.
voice,
Like,
which
actually,
I
Ganon is
want
only
to check
there
out
for
myself.
that stuff.
But
We're gonna have
unfortunately,
some fun, new members.
I have to
New
sit
members
here
today.
and
Thank you. We're gonna have some fun here. But here's the deal. Yeah, I listened to it, right? And it was like, oh, Queen G, she says she's so innocent and does nothing. But look here. Oh, look. Oh, see, look, she's cloned these people. So I'm gonna give you a ring so she can't clone you. And oh, she's so innocent and blah blah blah. And let's all talk about it. Did you really not have any good goddamn content that you had to make that shit up?
I thi-
Are you that dumb?
did y'all hear? Did you just hear what she said, Miss T? Do you hear me?
For real. I mean,
She talks you a bit.
and then
Can
she's
I
like,
hear?
"Oh, she
Yes,
says she never
yes.
talks about me." Well, look, she talks about. No, I don't. I don't start shit talking about you. I respond to you. I unfortunately have to respond to your
You
dumb ass
was
content.
saying
And I'm getting sick of it.
everything
I'm getting
I
sick of it.
said on my
I'm
last
sick of it.
slide.
That's
That's all I'm saying.
their salt will not let you have plastic surgery.
But
I got my
seeing
boobs done
other
and to
people
make sure like I was doing it
sent
for
me
the right
shit.
reason,
The only
right?
thing
And if
Ziggy
I'm doing it for
sent
the right
me
reason, who cares?
was
There's a
the
difference between
phone
getting
call, the
your
phone
hair
calls.
cut,
That's
getting your nails
it.
done, or getting a tan.
And a
There's difference.
picture
We
and a
all do things to
photograph.
make ourselves look different. Who cares?
That's what
Why are
she
these
did.
fucking bitches over here yapping about it? Who fucking cares what people want to do? The big thing that I heard about myself is that my husband makes me do all these things. That's the other one, because I made this joke because my husband is Catholic, and when he was younger, his mom took his condoms, like feel guilty about sex kind of thing, right? And doesn't make me do anything. Okay. Oh, and I heard Heidi say at one point, my husband actually, I think, what did she say? My husband wants me to do things, but I don't want to do them, or something like that. Or did she say it like, my husband doesn't
Here,
want me to do
Roxy,
things?
I'll
Something that I
explain
was
what's
like, you
going on
should
in a
just never
second.
said. I don't think your husband really cares what you look like, honey. I don't think he cares at this point. But I mean, come on, really? We're supposed
No,
to
I
be
can't. I
adult
can't.
women, and this is what we talk about. This is what we talk about. Does anyone else find it pitiful that this is what we talk about other women? Because I find it pretty freaking pitiful. I find it pretty freaking pitiful that this is what we talk about. I'm 46. Mine doesn't sag that much. I do believe they live for reaction. They do. They live for the reaction, and that's why, for the most part, I don't react. I really don't react. Which is, why they talk. But for the most part, I don't react. I just ignore it. There's certain things that I will react to. There's certain things that I will react to, and the things that I will react to are.
Okay, so that's how it happened. That was that. So, and then Unseen made a video, and then Purple got to make her video, which she went off on how do I live with myself, making a vile. Do you guys remember like the whole, like everything she said about me? Like, how could I live with myself? How could I make such vile comments about like a little boy and blah blah blah? And I mean, she literally, I like lost like 50, like not 50, I think maybe like 15. But I mean, like, she really trashed me big time. And do you see, nobody even noticed. You're completely lost. Yeah. Okay. So am I. So I was just trying to explain, this is how their side gets their content. And that's why when they say shit, they get in trouble for it. But when the other side, like me, when I respond to it, I don't get in trouble because I'm not making stuff up. So yeah, so that was, I don't know if you remember that, but that was, do you remember when Purple went off on me because I had said, who the fuck is Ganon? Like, that was what that was all about. That was leading up to that. That was the whole thing. That was where I see how upset everybody was. That was the point of that video, to show how upset everybody was. Like, they all heard me say it and nobody even noticed. So, then Glasshouse makes a video talking about me and makes me sound kind of bad, which then Purple got to make a video making me sound really, really bad and used it as major content. And so that's why when their side says stuff and talks about people, they get slammed for it. Because when they talk about people, they're starting shit and making up content about people for clicks and views. And that's the difference. So I hope that kind of like made sense. See, I thought that I have another video too that shows like with and I'm sorry, I'm so like, oh, they sprayed the video and I'm like, oh. But I mean, do you guys remember that? It was right before I left. Because then my cat died and Glass House started making videos about like my cat and stuff. I mean, like the stuff that Purple said about me, about the whole Ganon thing was horrible. She was like, I don't care about your cat and your kitty cat. All you care about is your kitty cat. And the little boy died. And like it was, and she got it all wrong too. She said like how many blunt force charges. She got it all wrong. It's like, here. And it's the one where like, and then Karen says like, who the fuck is Ganon too? I mean, Pooh just made a video about it too, which is why I brought this up. Because Pooh just made a video. Does anyone remember that? Does anyone remember this? Bueller? Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. I'm gonna turn my camera off because I'm all like red faced now. Hold on. But hello, Roxy. But yeah, that was when all that happened. So don't worry, I started the whole live like 30 minutes late too. But that's kind of it in a nutshell. You can't just start shit out of the blue. Like, and that's what, yeah, now you remember it. So like out of the blue, she had a live where out of the blue, she just started talking about how OG was a horrible person because I said all these vile things. And I think, I'm not going to play her video, but she literally spent 30 minutes talking about how vile I was leading up to playing it and but then never did play it because all it is me saying who the fuck is Ganon. Like that's it. And I said it because of, and so you see at the time nobody cared. Nobody even noticed that I said it. It was not a big deal because I said it because I thought that Ganon was another creator and that's what Deal was talking about. So, I mean, that's just the point. That's their content. That's her content. That's how she gets up content. She says, oh, there's something I can make up. I can make up that OG is a blah, 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 blah. And so I'm going to do that. And so, and like I said, it's like there's a Rolodex, of different creators. And it's like, who am I going to talk about today? Okay, it's going to be OG. All right, so what can I talk about? Is there an old live I can bring up? Like with Tabby, it's always an old live. Like, I don't know how many times has she just randomly brought up like the brother humper stuff. Just randomly we'll talk about the same thing that she's already talked about 17 million times. Or she'll just make something up. Like with me, it's always making something up. And that's why you're an asshole, because you make something up. Like, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's really concerning. I mean, it's like, I don't know. And she's a huge hypocrite. Oh my God. I can't breathe. I think I need like nose spray. I can't freaking breathe. But anyway, and then they're huge hypocrites. Like, so Heidi has been outed now, right? So Heidi's been outed. So Heidi contacted, which I think is horrible. Heidi contacted Susan's sister. So why is there any reason that at the time they believed, like, so they randomly contact Susan's sister. So why did they believe Susan's sister? They talk about like, oh, we don't believe this person. And then they'll randomly, so they randomly believe who they pick and choose who they want to believe too. So I hate to tell you, but everybody does it. And you guys are just the shit starters. So that's why you get freaking talked about and you're labeled the assholes. Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, I thought I would never, ever, oh my God, I would never say that about, and why would I say that? Like, you have to think too. Like, that's the other thing. Like, why would I say that? Like, what would instigate me to just out of the blue say something like that or do something like that? Like, would I do something like that? Like, what do I have a track record of like Like, I don't talk or do anything with missing, you know. And then that was her thing, though. That was her thing. She's like, you're true crime. 90% of your subs watch true crime. Like, she had all these reasons why I should have known. And it's like, no, I'm not. And no, they aren't. Because in your back office, it like lists, you know, other channels that your subs watch. And it's like, no, they don't. Like, everything you're saying is a lie, is a complete lie. And it was all based on Dictum's video about that, what I just showed you, and based on Heidi saying I wanted to get back into true crime, which I didn't say. Queen Bee said. So 2 lies got sent to Purple, and she made this like crippling, like horrifyingly reputation disparaging video about me, crucifying me. And that was her content. And then when I responded to it, then she had even more content, because then she could just continue to say and use the character assassination and say I was even worse, because now I was going after her because I just couldn't hear the truth. See how it all works? That's how it works. You throw out a lie and you talk shit about someone and you hope they respond. And when they do, then you talk even more shit about them. And then you get content. And that's the difference. Like, and that's why people say, you know, just like, she doesn't understand. The other thing she can't understand is she's like, I don't understand how you guys say I'm so boring and I'm so horrible, but yet you're always talking about me. No, we're not talking about you. We're talking about what you say and that you're an asshole for saying it. Like, you know, like, you know, nobody cares about you. Like, that's it. Nobody cares about you. Nobody wants to take your channel. Nobody wants, but sometimes you have to respond. Like when someone says, my husband kicked me out of the house and I don't have custody of my children and I'm living in a garage, I have to respond to that because someone might think that's true. When someone says I'm a vile, vile person because I don't care about missing kids because I said who the fuck is, and all this stuff, I have to respond to that because clearly a lot of people thought that was true because I lost like a whole bunch of subs and I like, it was a big deal, you know? So, I mean, like, you gotta, you know, like, there are some things that you have to respond to because people will believe it, you know, and that's why you can't, you know, and they'll sit there and say family and children are off limits, you know, and she'll sit there and get her whole chat all upset. Like, we don't know why people talk about you and out you and just single you out. What? Are you kidding me? Like she's the biggest bully on the planet and she makes shit up and people respond to her. And I don't know what her subscribers are on that they get fooled like this. I mean, there really must be something good that gets passed out when you like, I don't know. I don't know what goes on, but man, like that's like selling like shit to a donkey. And the donkey eating it right up and then being a lemming and jumping off a building. Because I don't understand how that stuff goes. But I mean, people believe it and they run with it and they really think it's true. They really think it's true that she's this just huge victim that people just go after for telling the truth. All she does is tell the truth about creators, which is what we do. Okay. Like, I make a video about what you said about me, but you, what? You know, like, I'm befuddled. I'm befuddled. Like, I'm absolutely befuddled. I can't wrap my head around. I mean, it's just, it makes absolutely no sense. And I don't understand how, well, I mean, a lot of you, eventually everybody, like, if you notice, there's always a turnaround. There's always a turnaround of people. Yeah, and notice now she's like realizing, oh, my best friend Heidi is the biggest liar in the world and lied about so many people. Yeah, and you believe those lies and talked about people. And this is an example of this all started with Heidi. Hello, Egyptian goddess. You can ask me anything you want. I may not answer you. How's that? But this all started with a Heidi lie. This all started with another Heidi lie. So, I mean, that's, I think that would, hold on. This is why, hold on. What's the lights behind you? I got them at Amazon, and they are, I forget what they're called, but they're just like, yeah, I was waiting for some like really crazy like question, you know, that was gonna be like, you know, I don't know, some like rude ass question. But yeah, it started with highlight. They're like, I got them at Amazon. They're lights, they're like called something. They're like, when you see the picture of them, I'll just Google it. Pixie light. Yeah, pixie light. I think they actually are called pixie lights, to be honest. I think they're called pixie lights. And they're just like, yeah, if you see it, it looks like a little tree. And you can like move, you know, and they bend and move. And so you can put them in like whatever configuration you want. So I think they are called pixie lights, to be honest with you, actually. Actually, I need to go to Amazon. I think today is the last day of the Amazon big deals. The big deals of the days with Amazon. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I think they're pixie lights. Let me look. Let me go to Amazon real quick. I'll find out. Because I need to keep a tab open for Amazon, so I remember to go back there. I'm telling you, the older I get, my brain just like, the older you get, the more you're outdoor fairy lights. Yeah, they might. Yeah, they're fairy lights. They're pixie lights or fairy lights, something like that. I'm big on lights. Most of the lights in here are solar lights. Shop the final hours. There's only 7 hours left. Oh my god. All right, hold on. Let me look up lights. These ones are the only lights that are not solar lights in this room. The rest are all like all those other ones are solar lights. See, I'm so green. So green. That's that path. They're called, no, that's where is it? Doop, 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 doop. I have another set that they're called vine lights, but these ones are different. Where are they? Hi, Heather. I think just Dawn just got it. Fairy lights. Do, do, do. Where the hell are they? They're cool. I've bought so many solar lights. This all started because Yo-Yo lost her chance with Jerry. She did. She did. Well, it's because she made this video that, you know, that because I saying I was an asshole because I wanted to get back into true crime and I had no business trying to do that. But she meant Queen B. Queen B wanted to get back into true crime, but she said me. So this all started from her lying and then continued with I'm seeing, hey, Rocco. And if I saw your yard, I'd laugh. If you saw my yard, well, you've seen my yard. I have it. Well, those are most of the numbers ones, but yeah, I have like I have solar lights everywhere in my yard. I have so many lights in my yard. I think they're just vine lights. It says vine lights, 13 144 LED lighted vine Christmas decoration, 8 modes. Yeah, they're just called vine lights. Vine lights. But yeah, I have like I have lights everywhere. Like I have lights all over the place. Like I have pathway lights. I have like lights strung. I have a Christmas tree. I have a Christmas tree solar light Christmas tree thing. Like I'm like shoes, just like shoes, I'm cuckoo with lights. Like I'm cuckoo about lights. Wait, hold on. I will show you my Christmas. I'm telling you. You think I got a shoe problem? You think that's my problem? Wait till you see my lights problem. See, I got some issues with shopping, I think. Okay, hold on. Let me show you this. Okay, so which one is this? Amazon. waterfall tree. Okay, look at this. Wow, I love this. Isn't that awesome? So I got that, baby. I got that, baby. Look at that. That thing's cool as F. So I just have like, I have so many lights everywhere. Everywhere. Every time she says shoe, really? When I say my shoes, I get so excited in my shoes. My shoes. Do I like black guys? Well, in what way? Do I like that? I mean, I like everybody. I mean, I don't like dislike people because I'm not a racist. I mean, like people are people. Like, that's just a skin color. I mean, I'm married, so I'm not looking to like anybody right now, but I mean, I don't look at people like that. So it's kind of like cats. Like, have you ever, I know it's a strange question. I'm like, I don't dislike black guys. I mean, I like everybody. Guys are guys. I mean, if I was dating and date whoever's nice to me and who, cool, please marry me. You got to buy me a ring. Got to buy me a ring. Got to be bigger than 3 carats. But what was I going to say? Oh, one time, this was when I was in my early 20s and I was stoned. And like I went through this little period where I like got stoned every once in a while. I smoked marijuana every once in a while. But I was stoned and I was looking at I had 2 cats at the time. And I realized one cat had like pink little paw pads and the other cat had like brown little paw pads. And I was like, cats, like that's like a white cat and that's like a black cat. Like, it's just like people. Like, they're really, like, they have fur, so we can't tell, but like, they're just like people. They're brown cats and they're pink cat, you know, and they're just like pink people. Like, they're all sorts of colors of cats. Like, you know, it's really sad. Like, I tried to, I'm sorry, I have to keep blowing my nose and my husband, I can hear him, he can hear him mowing the lawn right now, which is just making my allergies even worse. So I'm going to blow my nose again. But, so what was I going to say? Shit, now I forget what I was even freaking going to say. God damn it. She's taken I'm not a Mormon. No, I am definitely not a Mormon. What was I going to say? Shit, now I forget what I was going to say. What was I going to say? Damn it, I was talking about the lights. We were talking about, oh, the cats. So I was talking, something about the cats. What was I thinking? The cats and the color of the cats. And, damn it. The cats and the cat's paw pads and their pink cat. Oh, so I tried to raise my kids. Here's what now I remember. So I tried to, raise my kids, to be colorblind. And I had one person once yell at me that like saying like colorblind is like made me a racist. And I was like, okay. But I tried to raise them. I told them that like in Poland, wow, Poland's a long way away. What temperature is it in Poland? Is it like, is it summer there? Is it cold? Is it warm? What is it there? But so, now I've forgotten it again. Damn cats. The damn cats. What about the damn cats that I keep trying to talk about? Fuck. It's 30 degrees. Holy shit. So the cat. Yeah. So I try. Now I'm remembering. Okay, stop interrupting me because I'm can't remember what I'm thinking. So I tried to raise the kids by saying, everybody is, color of skin is just like cats. There are cats who are, white cats, and we have cats who are brown cats, and there are cats who are orange cats, and there are people have hair colors, and some people have, yellow hair, and some people have black hair, and that's the same as, skin color with people. Some people have light skin, some people have dark skin, and that's how I explained, races to them. There's more to it, but basically that's how I explained how skin color worked with people. And that we're all kind of like, you know, it doesn't matter what your skin color is. Like, who, you know, we're all people at the end of the day, but we have, you know, different skin colors, just like we have different hair colors, and just like cats have different fur colors, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah. 30. Oh, thank you, Tracy. That's very nice. But 30 degrees, you must mean Celsius, because 30 degrees Fahrenheit is very cold. Well, no, 30 degrees Celsius would be 9/5 C plus 32. So that would be 9 times 6. That would be hot. How is that cold? 30, yeah, 30 is hot. Yeah, I thought you said 30 was cold. And I was like, 30 can't be cold. Okay, so that's how I explained it. So my kids, yeah, you're Celsius, so that's hot. So my kids, so their teacher, I remember my kid, the teacher in 2nd grade, and it was the Trump versus Hillary race. And she decided to have a mock election, okay? And I live in California, and I live in Northern California. So there are we have a high Mexican population, because I live near vineyards. So we have a lot of farm workers, and a lot of them are Mexican. So it was like they had things at the school in case people came to, like, you know, take kids away. I mean, people were scared that they were going to just get taken back to Mexico. I mean, it was like a big thing here for Mexicans being scared that they were going to get, because a lot of them are illegal here. So, you know, so it was not, you know, I was like, really, like, the teacher at the end of the day, I got her fired. But it was like, that's not, if you're going to have a mock election of an election, that was not the one to have. The most controversial election, like, in history, in a class, and it's a small school, in a class where you have like 70% Mexicans. So anyway, my son votes for Trump because he heard that Hillary said she was anti-gun, and he really liked his Nerf guns. So he was afraid that if he voted for Hillary, she would take his Nerf guns away. He's in 2nd grade, okay? So he votes for Trump because of his Nerf guns, okay? So he comes home crying, and he's like, what's wrong with me? You know, why? Because all of the kids attacked him because they all obviously voted for Hillary, because their parents were like, if Trump wins, we might get taken back to Mexico. So, I mean, and that's how he learned race, because he was like, what's wrong with me? They told me that they're Mexican and I'm white, and there's something wrong with me because of the color of my skin, because I'm not like that. And I was just like, I have tried so hard to like we live in, like, I have more subs than people that live in my town. So I like had tried so hard to keep them like, you know, love is love, and it doesn't matter, you know, just like, let's have this generation just not care about that stuff, because they don't even think about it, you know? Like, that was my thing. Like, if they don't even know that it's a thing, then it's not a thing. Well, that's when he knew it was a thing, because and so this teacher, then after, I see on Facebook, she put something like about how, like, you know, she did this thing, and some of the kids even cried, and that made her happy. Well, I'm one of those moms who, like, I will walk into that school and bust ass and just. So I was like, oh, you know, the next day I was there talking to the principal, like, you're happy you made my son cry? Like, you outed racism for him. You made him cry. So she is no longer a teacher after that. But I mean, that was horrible. That was horrible. I mean, it was bad. You've been Trixie, Paula. Oh, yeah. Oh, she doesn't call you Paula Sanders anymore. You've been Dictum? I think I've only been Pooh. I love it when Buckeye announced I was Carol. I've only been called poo. Typos are my second language. Typos are my second language. I try not to type because I can't type with these nails. But it's funny. Like, so my last live I did like how I normally get ready. Like I don't wear makeup normally. I just like put serum on and stuff. And so then I did a video afterwards and about like, this is what I normally look like, you know? And it's funny. It's like, I normally, like if I wasn't on YouTube, I would not have these freaking things because I can't type. I wouldn't have this freaking hair or these eyelashes. And so I had this like, you were middle fingers up. Everybody knows that Linda Marie is middle fingers up. How did anyone think you were middle fingers up? But so anyway, I did this video that was like, you know, here's what I normally look like. Because I had gotten ready, you know, that way. And it was like, you know, here, if you saw me in just like in like Safeway, in the, you know, here's what I normally would look like. Like I had, you know, no makeup, no big hair, just normal person, you know, like blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I don't know why I just thought of that. But wait, you're never living what down? How the hell do you wipe your ass with those nails? Trust, I poop outside. See, it's just like when I go pee outside, I just squat and then you don't have to wipe, then you just wiggle. Sorry, I probably shouldn't have done that. But back to sitting on my hands. It's hard. It's hard to do anything with these nails, I swear. Sometimes I'll tell you what, I poke an asshole every once in a while. Every once in a while, I'm like, whoa, poke my asshole. You do. You poke an asshole every once in a while. You really can't do anything. I mean, like, remember when Nicolina was on here and she's like, how do you walk in those shoes? I'm like, I don't. Like, some of those shoes are just for looking pretty. Like, and that's why I was saying, like, you know, in the Patreon, and like I did stuff and it was like, here's how I normally would look. Because this is for looking pretty. Like I'm Queen OG and I'm sitting here looking pretty. But like in my normal life, I'm normal, right? Like, you know, like I'm not going to wear stilettos and I'm not going to have these long nails. I'm not going to have this big ass hair. I'm not going to have these eyelashes, you know? So that was that. If you're a Patreon, it's in there. Cause most of the Patreons watch the Get Readies with me. It's like afterwards, like nobody watches them like during the time, but there is one tomorrow and I'm going to do micro needling. But anyway, it was funny. It was like, here's how I normally look. And it's not like that. Because those shoes are like for like, okay, help me get out of the car. Okay, sit me down at the restaurant. Okay, let me sit. Okay, looking pretty. All right. And then dinner's over. Get back in the car, take them off. And like, you know, it's like, this is a lot of work. I couldn't do this all the time. Like, fuck that, you know. But does anyone remember like there was this epic interview with Dolly Parton and Barbara Walters, where Barbara Walters was like, you know, you really don't need all the hair and the makeup, and trying to like put her down. And she's I have to show it to you. She schooled her. And it's very much like, you know, me. Like, it's like, nobody wants to watch someone who looks normal on YouTube, you know? So like, this is the over the top look, you know, but like, if you think I do this every day, you're insane. Let me show you the Dolly Parton video. Cause this is where Queen OG came from, you know? Like, wait, let me go back to this. Okay, so now I have to play it. I went to the superintendent when my son was graduating, made a big fuss because he was wanting to cancel my son's. Whoa! Why was he trying to cancel your son's graduation that year? I just couldn't do it. Well, yeah. Okay, so let me show you this, because this is like I'm totally like, that's totally it. Like, I agree with you. Like, that's exactly the same about this look. So hold on, let me find it. Share screen. Is it this one? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we go. This one. Okay. All right. I'm going to mute myself. Okay.
where I come from, would I have called you a hillbilly?
If you had of, it would have been something very natural, but I would have probably kicked your shins or something. No, actually.
But when I think of hillbillies, am I thinking of your kind of people?
I think you probably are. The people that grew up where I was were the ones that you would consider the little Abner people, Daisy May and that sort of thing. They took that kind of thing from people like us, but we were very proud people. People with a lot of class. It was country class, but it was a great deal of class. And most of my people were not that educated, but they are very, very intelligent. Good common sense, horse sense, we called it.
Dolly, did you look like this when you were a kid?
Not quite.
I mean, you didn't have the blonde wig, but when you went to school, when you were 11, 12, 13, was it this about you?
Well, you mean the full figure?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I thought that's what you meant. Well, actually, I've always been pretty well blessed. As a child, I grew up fast. Other members of my family, have done the same.
My assistant asked me something, and I'm going to blame it on her because I wouldn't have had the nerve otherwise. Is it all you?
Well, I can't show you here right on television.
I'll take your word for it.
I get asked that question. I always answer that by because people are in awe of the whole thing. A lot of people say I have. A lot of people say I haven't. I always say that if I hadn't have had it on my own, I'm just the kind of person that would have had me some made.
You don't have to look like this. You're very beautiful. You don't have to wear the blonde wigs. You don't have to wear the extreme clothes, right?
No, it's certainly a choice. I don't like to be like everybody else. I've often made this statement that I would never stoop so low as to be fashionable. That's the easiest thing in the world to do. So I just decided that I would do something that would at least get the attention. Once they got past the shock of the ridiculous way I looked and all that, then they would see there was a parts of me to be appreciated. I'm very real where it counts, and that's inside. And as far as my outlook on life and the way I care about people and the way I care about myself and the things that I care about. But I just chose to do this, and show business is a money-making joke, and I've just always liked telling jokes.
But do you ever feel that you're a joke, that people make fun of you?
Oh, I know they make fun of me. But actually, all these years, the people, has thought the joke was on me, but it's actually been on the public. I know exactly what I'm doing, and I can change it at any time. Or I make more jokes about myself than anybody, because I know, like I say, I am sure of myself as a person. I'm sure of my talent. And to me, and I'm sure of my love and for life and that sort of thing. I'm very content. I like the kind of person that I am. So I can afford to piddle around and diddle around with makeups and clothes and stuff because I am secure with myself.
Listen, tell me about this marriage of yours. This man who...
And then she asks about like her husband and stuff like that. Whoa. What is that there? But like that's totally like the Queen OG look. Like I'm like exactly. Like that's where like if you think I would have like these extensions and this big hair and wear this dress and all this stuff, like no. But like that brings people in, and then once they come in, then they realize like, oh, like she's like a really real person and she's a nice person and blah blah blah. And so I love that. Ow, something just bit me on my foot. What the? Yeah. Oh, that hurt. What was that? Oh. But anyway, like when I saw that first, like that's a great interview because, I mean, she's kind of looking a little, I think she's had a little too much work done by now. But I mean, like she handled that interview really well. And it's true. It's like, certain people like to, make fun of me, but it's like, I'm secure enough in myself to not care and be like, okay, yeah, I got ridiculous eyelashes and I have ridiculous hair and I have blue hair and I whatever and I wear, whatever. But, that's part of it. It's part of the shtick. It's called a shtick, and it's like, first I had the beanie, the crazy beanie and the red hair and the glasses. And then it's like, it's like, and people come for that and they stay because they find that I'm a real person and a likable person, so there. Like, you know, but it like wasn't that a great, but you would never be able to say that today. Like your people. I mean, like it was so rude. Like that was so rude the way like the whole everything about Barbara Waddles was rude in that interview. But you can never do that now. But I mean, I don't know. I feel I very much am aligned with how she feels as far as the looks. Like, you know, I can afford to dabble in the makeup and the hair and the craziness and the eyelashes and the blah blah blah. And you know, like, hey KK, well I'm glad you're back because it's dinner time for me and I gotta go. It's like you came right for me to go. So if you don't know, I still have memberships, but they're at Patreon. So if you want to be a member and see what I really look like when I don't put all this crap on, it's over there on Patreon. And yeah, and it's almost 5:30 here, so I have to go for dinner time. But where's my man? Where's my man? Tracy, my Poland man. Thank you for subbing up. And I'm sorry I can't marry you. I'm already married, but thank you. Thank you for being here. So anyway, I do have to go to dinner, but thank you all for coming. And I hope that the other side now understands why that they get treated differently when they talk shit about our side and why people think they're assholes and why they are assholes. So hopefully they all understand that now and they don't have to talk about it ever again. Hopefully we never have to talk about it again. And we can just move on. But anyway, yeah, KK, you came right when I was like ready to just like bust and move out. But KK, I haven't seen you on here for a while. Like, what are you doing? What are you up to? My gosh, we have to talk in the offline. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. Did you do anything with your 2 hours that you've been here? I've been sweating my ass off because it's hot today, but anyway. And thank you, Tracy, for asking me to marry you. I'm sorry that I can't marry you, but I love you guys. And I hope you have a good rest of your evening and a wonderful Wednesday. And for Patreon members, there is a live tomorrow at 3. And I'm going to be doing microneedling. So